The first look after it all ends. That first moment after things fall apart is strange, isn't it? You go from talking every day to total silence, from knowing everything about each other's lives to pretending you don't exist. But here's the thing, people don't just switch off feelings overnight. Even when someone walks away, part of them still lingers. The first time she sees your name pop up online after the breakup, it hits differently. Maybe she was the one who ended things. Maybe she thought she'd feel free or lighter. But the truth? That freedom feels heavier than she expected. So she checks. Not because she wants to come back, but because she wants to see if you're still there, if you're okay. Or maybe, to be honest, she wants to see if you're hurting like she is. We all do it. That curiosity, that quiet pull, it's human nature. It's not always about love anymore. Sometimes it's about trying to make sense of what used to be.
The silent watching game. Now, here's where it gets a little complicated. When someone keeps watching after they've let go, it's not always about wanting another chance. Sometimes it's about control. Strange, right? There's this psychological idea that humans crave familiarity. Studies show that even after a breakup, the brain reacts to an ex almost the same way it does to an addiction. Dopamine, that feel-good chemical, still lights up when you see their face or name. So even if she's moved on, part of her still craves that tiny hit of nostalgia. So she watches, quietly. Maybe through a fake account, maybe through mutual friends, or maybe she just can't help checking your story every night before bed. And you can almost feel it. You post something, and somehow deep down, you know she saw it. That silent acknowledgement can feel more powerful than a message. It's a weird kind of connection, the kind that doesn't involve words anymore, just eyes behind screens and emotions neither of you admit to.
Why she can't look away? Let's be real. No one keeps watching without a reason. Maybe she misses the version of herself that existed when she was with you. You know, that version who laughed more, cared more, felt alive in a different way. Sometimes watching isn't about you. It's about trying to remember who she was. Breakups don't just separate two people. They break the rhythm of everyday life. You were part of her morning scroll, her random late-night texts, her weekend plans. Suddenly, all that disappears. The silence becomes deafening. And when she sees you moving on, posting, smiling, even if it's just a highlight reel, it stirs something deep inside. Maybe a little jealousy, maybe regret, or maybe just that ache of familiarity she can't quite replace. According to recent studies, about 88% of people admit to checking their ex's social media after a breakup. That's almost everyone. So if she's still watching, she's not alone. It's not always about love. Sometimes it's about closure she never really got.
The power shift. There's always a moment when the watcher realizes she's no longer in control. At first, maybe she watched to see if you'd fall apart without her. Maybe she wanted to see if you'd chase, message, or post something subtle that screamed you missed her. But as time goes on and you don't break, you change the game. You start focusing on yourself. You start living again, not to make her jealous, but because life goes on. And suddenly, her watching turns from curiosity to confusion. She wonders why you're okay, why you're smiling again, why you seem lighter, freer, happier. That's when the tables quietly turn. She might tell herself she's just checking for fun, but deep down she's asking, how did he move on so fast? That question keeps her watching, because when she let you go, she expected you to still be stuck. She didn't expect growth. And nothing stings more than realizing the person you left behind started shining without you.
What happens inside her mind? When someone leaves, they often imagine a version of life that feels better, simpler. But what the heart doesn't calculate is the emptiness that follows. The memories don't vanish. The laughter echoes. The late-night talks replay like a favorite song she can't delete. So she scrolls through your pictures. maybe pauses on one longer than she should. Maybe she zooms in just to see if your smile looks real. And that small action, even if she'll never admit it, reveals something big. She still feels something. Psychologists say that the hardest part of letting go isn't forgetting the person, it's forgetting the habit of them. You were a routine, a comfort, and people don't just delete comfort, they revisit it, even when they shouldn't.
When you stay silent. Here's where your silence speaks volumes. Ignoring her, staying quiet, not reacting. It's not about ego. It's about peace. Every time you stay silent, you show strength she didn't expect. Because let's face it, silence can hurt more than words ever could. When she watches, but you don't reach out, it creates a mystery. She starts to wonder what's going on inside your head. Has he forgotten me? Does he still care? Is he pretending, or is he really over it? Those questions loop in her mind, and the more she wonders, the more she watches. That's the thing about silence. It gives power back to you. You're not chasing, you're not proving, you're just being. And sometimes that's exactly what makes someone realize what they lost.
The moment she starts to regret. There comes a quiet moment, no big scene, no dramatic text, just a simple realization. Maybe she's scrolling late at night, maybe she stumbles upon an old photo, or maybe she sees someone new smiling next to you. That's when it hits. Regret doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. It whispers, maybe I shouldn't have left. It whispers, he looks happier now. And that whisper turns into late-night thoughts, untyped messages, unsent texts. The hardest part? She can't say anything, because once someone walks away, pride becomes the wall between what they feel and what they can admit. So she watches, again and again, hoping you'll notice, hoping you'll post something that tells her she still matters. But by then, you've learned the art of peace.
Growth looks good on you. The truth is, growth looks good on people. And maybe that's what keeps her watching. The person she once knew has changed, not out of bitterness, but out of strength. You're no longer the same version she left behind. You've evolved, learned, and healed. And that healing isn't loud. It's calm, steady, and real. When people see you become someone stronger after pain, it forces them to reflect. It's human nature to wonder if they gave up too soon. So when she sees you laughing again, trying new things, living fully, she's not just watching you. She's watching what she lost the moment she let go. The unspoken goodbye. Sometimes the closure we wait for never comes in words. It comes in silence, in the slow realization that the watching will eventually stop. Because one day, even she will grow tired of looking back. One day, you'll stop checking if she's still watching. That's when both of you finally let go. It's strange how endings work. They don't always happen when someone walks away. Sometimes they happen when someone finally stops watching, when the curiosity fades, when peace replaces the ache. Until then, let her watch. Let her wonder. Because while she's busy replaying the past, you're out there writing your next chapter. And that, right there, is the real power of letting go.